Good morning. Today we're going to be changing the battery on a 2018 Chevy Silverado. So I've changed a lot of these batteries, and they are one of the most difficult batteries to change. Well, in my opinion anyway. I know the Sebring or the Chryslers with the battery under the wheel well, things like that, you know, those are difficult as well. But this one has a lot of stuff on top of it and bars bolted on and all of that. And when someone looks at it, they may think this is going to be a job. Because if you know what you're doing and you know what tools you need, that's the whole thing. It's just take it out, put it in. But there is one other issue that there is with this battery, and that's the placement of it, getting it out. The coolant reservoir is here, and then the battery is right here. And you take this bar off, and you take some other stuff, I'll show you closer up view, and you have to kind of wedge the battery out. And you know, this is high up and it's heavy, so that gets a little bit difficult, but it's not impossible. It just may take a little time just to work it out of there, but it's not that big of a deal. And if your battery goes bad in your truck, just run down, grab your new battery, and you can take care of it yourself. So let me show you how. So for this one, I'm gonna wear my gloves. And a lot of times batteries have corrosion built up around the terminals, and that corrosion is battery acid. And you should wear safety glasses when you take it out, because when you lift the terminal up, some of that dust can fly up and get in your eyes. And believe me, it's not a good thing to have happen. And so safety glasses is a good concern. My battery is not bad. I'm just wanting to show you how to change it. So just so you know. So this is what the battery looks like when you go to change it. And let me get my tools. I got a 1/2-inch socket with an extension. A longer one would work better, but this is what I have for now. And your ratchet, and also a 10mm socket to take the terminals off. There. The steps I'll go through first is we remove this and this, and then down here you'll remove this. It's a lot easier if you just go ahead and take these out in 2 parts, because the way that the wires go around, this is not going to actually come all the way out of the vehicle. There are clips here. Let me see if you see down in there. There's a clip holding. Let's see if I can get a good angle. This is a cover over the top, and you pull off this clip. It's just like it pops off. It just clipped under the battery. And then there's one right here, and there's one right here. You're gonna remove that one, and you're gonna remove this one down here. That removes this assembly. And then see that one down there? That is what's holding the battery in. So you'll need to remove that too. And that's also a 1/2 inch. So I'll get to work doing that. A little trick that it's best to pay attention to when you are using a ratchet. Let me show you. So here's something I figured out. I know it's kind of silly, but it might really help. Is whatever way you need to turn the bolt, the little latch on the back, you know, you have to figure out which way to make it loosen and which way to make it tighten. You know, lefty loosey, righty tighty, but you don't know which way to flip this little latch on it. I want to loosen it so the wrench has got to turn counterclockwise. And so I push the lever counterclockwise. Now it'll turn. If I want to tighten it, so the lever, imagine this is a clock, and see it's like what, 5:30 and then 6, so it's going around the way that the clock goes. So you push it clockwise. Clockwise is to the right, so righty-tighty, so clockwise is right. Counterclockwise is left or loose. So remove these. Oh, I'm sorry. Put it back. Hold on to it until you can put it back in the thing to keep it together so you don't lose these bolts. You don't have to take this one off all the way. Just loosen it to give this bar a little bit of play. So once you get these 3 bolts out, there's a clip right here that goes around the wires, and now this should come out. And I like to set it exactly like it was, so that I know how to put it back in when I'm done. And now we need to remove that one that's holding the battery. to lift this up all in one piece, the block and the bolts together, so I don't accidentally drop it down in the engine or anything. So once I feel it is out of the hole, then I lift the whole block up. And then we'll set that someplace safe. Now the battery is free. We have to remove this top. So once you remove the crossbar, then you'll need to remove the top of the battery. And there is, the whole top unclips from the battery, but you also have to remove the top before. Let me show you. All right, now let's get, we'll use the same half an inch socket to take this nut off of here. We'll lift this off. This is the ground. It attaches down to the body of the truck somewhere. And now we're able, since we unclipped that, this clip is a little bit of a pain behind here. I'm going to put this nut back on here so I don't lose it. Now we need to take off the positive terminal, so that's going to take a 10mm. Okay, so I got those off, but we should remove the negative terminal first, just so that it doesn't cause any sparks or anything. Tuck that somewhere out of the way, and then we'll remove the positive terminal and tuck that somewhere. Okay, so now we've got the battery and it is loose. I don't know why they took the handle off of it, but there should be a handle here to make it easier. And now getting it out is the big deal. So I'm gonna set the camera up over there and I'll show you how to do it. So you gotta kind of tip it diagonal sideways and then lift it up. So push the back of the battery that's closest to the firewall. You're gonna push that all the way toward the passenger side as much as you can. All right, so I don't know if you could see. Wish I could zoom up a little bit. But once you get the battery at this angle, you can lift it out. And then you put the new battery in the same way. And then make sure it goes down into the little area that it goes in. So because it's not really a bad battery, I'm not taking it out all the way. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta pull it out at an angle, tip it up, and then lift it out this way. You gotta be careful with batteries because they have battery acid in them and it could spill. This is a AGM battery. It's a glass mat, so it doesn't, it's spill proof, but some batteries are not, so you really gotta be careful what you do. And also you don't wanna destroy your coolant reservoir, and so you always have to be really careful with that as well. So now we'll go through the steps of installing the new battery. So once it's raining, so I'm gonna do this pretty quickly. So once you get the new battery in, you have to make sure that you secure it. So we'll get our 1/2-inch socket. And we'll bolt this little tie down back in here. Make sure it's good and tight. Alright, now we'll put this back in. Positive first, then negative. Plug. Snap the plug back in. Attach the ground. Make sure that's good and tight. Attach the negative terminal. sure both of the terminals are tightened down to the battery posts really well. Now we gotta install the bar. So it goes under here. And these, remember, they go under. The bar goes under the latch. Like that. So what I like doing is just finger tighten it just to hold it in place. Now put the bottom bolt in. Then we'll tighten everything down. Then we'll replace the cap, the cover. It just snaps down on there. And there you go. That's all there is to it. You know, a little bit of time consuming. A little bit of manhandling that battery. But hey, it is what it is, and at the end of the day, it's no big deal. Batteries change, your car is going to work for another 3 to 5 years. And taking words from Aerosmith, remember, the light at the end of the tunnel might be you. Take care. Bye-bye. Just want to make a quick note on the end that is a heavy battery, and it is in an awkward location. So if you don't feel comfortable changing it, then get someone else to do it or to help you do it. So I hope by watching this video, you can make a better judgment on whether or not you want to tackle replacing that battery yourself or not. That's just my thoughts. Take it for what it is and be kind to each other. Bye-bye.